Will the environment lose out to the economy in 2009? First and foremost, we must recognise that the environment is a part of our global economy and should not be considered as a separate entity. As long as we are trying to maximise the size of our economy, it is likely that the efficient level of pollution and environmental degradation will never be zero. This we must accept. Finding and reaching the efficient level of pollution is our goal, and in order to reach it we must remove the perverse political, economic and generational incentives that stand in the way. Until we do, both the environment and the economy will lose out in 2009 and beyond. First, the political incentives. The environment and the economy are global issues in an interconnected world, but we do not have strong global governance initiatives in place to cope. Environmental decisions are not made by global consensus, but by national governments that have domestic voters to appease, not international ones. Without political reform, we face the prospect of a global coordination failure, as governments have the incentive to free ride on the good intentions of other countries. Their case has been strengthened by the lack of agreement on how the costs of tackling climate change will be shared between the developed and developing worlds. We are locked in a game of political dodgeball. To overcome this, we need a global structure that has clear targets, strong intellectual foundations and a credible mechanism for punishing countries that fail to comply. Second, the economic incentives. We should be aiming for an economically efficient level of environmental degradation, but it is clear that we are yet to land on a sustainable path. This is because markets do not yet face the full cost of what they produce. Polluting power stations, for example, do not bear the costs of the damage they are causing to the environment, and consequently neither do we as consumers. Similarly, we have an underinvestment in green technologies because prices do not reflect their benefit to the environment. Until prices fully reflect the true costs, we do not have the right economic incentives for preserving our environment. In essence, we need the economy to save the environment. Third, the generational incentives. Current generations are being asked to bear many of the costs that will mainly benefit future generations, thus the temptation is to leave the problem to them. The devil on our shoulder will ask, how much do we really care about people in 1,000 years? Should we care about them less when we consider that they are projected to be much richer than we are? Or perhaps even extinct from war or natural disaster? How much should we degrade the environment will be determined by our answers to these questions. With these three perverse incentives at play, both the environment and the economy will lose out. We cannot expect the free market to solve these problems on their own, and so the world needs a bold leader to help us reconcile our differences and take us towards a more efficient and equitable outcome. Hopefully, now in 2009, we have that leader.